Why hustle culture doesn't work. In the last few years, our social media has seen a rise of these internet gurus who are preaching the ethics of what we call the hustle culture. Now, what hustle basically means is to select a goal and then work towards it over a very long period of time, possibly months, years, or even decades. Now, the idea in itself is not wrong. If you can work hard consistently over such an incredibly long period of time, then you should. But the fact of the matter is that most of us are lazy, and working hard is way out of our comfort zone. So when we try to hustle our way to success, here is what happens to most of us. We wake up one day and realize how much our life sucks. We are filled with disgust, guilt, and loathing toward ourselves for wasting our potential for all these years when we could have been climbing our way to success. We look up to our colleagues who have lived up to their potential while we ourselves were lazing around. We notice how far they have gone, how much success they have achieved, and we feel the urge to do the same. So, what we basically do is that we roll up our sleeves, we set our goals, and we start working towards them. And for a few days, things go well. But during one of our breaks, we open up YouTube and we watch motivation videos so that we can get some extra juice to keep ourselves running, to keep ourselves moving toward our goals. And then we watch these successful people who tell their own success stories and they explain how they have never taken off the day for the entire past decade, like they are working consistently all day and night long in their company. And that if you are taking the time to watch a YouTube video, then you are clearly wasting your time. You are clearly not working towards your goal right now. So, what happens afterwards is that we get influenced by these people and we feel that we are wasting our time. So, we increase the amount of work that we do. If you're studying for, let's say, about 2 hours before this, then now you are studying for 4, 6, or maybe even 8 hours every single day. And you think that if you keep this up for years, then you will reach your success. Except here is what happens to most of us. We burn down and then we crash. The stress put on us by such a huge amount of workload breaks us and sends us hurtling back to right where we started at the beginning line. This is basically what happens to most people who make New Year resolutions. They make all these plans, wake up early, go to the gym, do the workout, eat healthy food, and so on. But when we are not used to waking up early every day, then doing so every day from now on puts us way out of our comfort zone. And most of us don't have the self discipline required to keep us going. So after a week or a month, we start to falter. We stop going for a day, 2 days, 3 days, and so on. And after a certain point, we accept defeat and we stop going to the gym altogether and fall back into our bad habits. We go right back to our comfort zone where it's safe, warm, and cozy. For 95% of people who make New Year resolutions or dramatically try to change their lifestyles fail. But I don't need to tell you that. You already know these things. What is worse is that those of us who have a bad habit or an addiction of some kind are even more susceptible to this. Especially if you don't know how habits are formed, what are the principles behind it, and how it can be broken. Now, why do most people who try to make a better life for themselves fail after a certain amount of time? I mean, it is not like those internet gurus are teaching us the wrong things. If you do work hard for a long period of time, then you will succeed. But there is so much more to success than just working hard toward it. In fact, the way I see it, unless you have a great amount of self-discipline or have a big motivator that's pushing you towards your goal, like maybe for example, you are poor and your children are going hungry, so you cannot afford to fail. Unless you have these certain conditions, it is very likely that you will fail. Unless you have these certain conditions, which most of us don't. Working hard towards our goal is more likely to lead us towards failure than towards success. Now, you might think that this is a strange advice. Most people tell us to work hard. So, why would I give you such a contrary message? I mean, if you don't work hard, then how on earth would you ever reach anywhere? And the answer to that is very simple. Instead of working hard, work smart and work within the confines of your comfort zone. For a guy who has never worked out a single day in his life, going to gym every single day is a huge step forward and way out of his comfort zone. And doing such a thing puts a lot of pressure on him. And since most of us are not diamonds yet, what this pressure does is that it ends up breaking us. So instead of leaving your comfort zones and doing hard things like this, what I would advise you to do is to work within your comfort zone. So instead of going to your gym on a daily basis, maybe start by doing a few push-ups around your bed inside your room every single day. And once you are comfortable with that, maybe go around and start walking around your street block every single day for a few minutes, and then gradually raise your standards from there. If you do this, then you have a far more likely chance of making a new habit instead of if you just push yourself towards going to the gym every single day. And forming the right habits is the most important thing you can do if you want to be successful, regardless of whatever your goal is. So when people tell you to work hard, to hustle day and night, to be like them and not take break for years, don't listen to them. When they say these things, they are under the assumption that we have the same work ethics as them, the same level of discipline as them. But the truth is that most of us just don't. Now, can we eventually develop that level of self-discipline, that level of work ethic, that level of commitment towards our goals? The answer is that yes, we can. But as of right now, we don't have that. So if you do chase after the hustle culture, then it is likely that you will most likely burn and crash. Well, actually, this is what happens to most of us. And once that happens, it takes us a lot of time to recover from that. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months, sometimes years, and sometimes even decades. So stay within your comfort zone when you start something new. So start small and learn to make the right habits. First, read 1 page a day, do 3 push-ups a day or 5 push-ups. Maybe if you're into writing, then write 100 words a day. If you're into photograph, then maybe, I don't know, capture 10 photographs or something. If you are into art, then create one small painting every single day. Basically what I'm telling is start small. Don't stress yourself out too much. If you're doing that, then it is very likely that you will fail and fall right back into your bad habits or addiction. So yeah, that was it for today. If you like this video, then comment, like or subscribe. That's it for today. See you later. Stay awesome.